John Wick, Chapter 3, Parabellum, is the latest film in the John Wick film franchise, and what started off as a film about an assassin and his puppy has now turned into this huge universe full of hitmen, hotels, concierges, rules, and I just freaking love it, man. This John Wick franchise is just amazing. I love the characters that they built. I love this world that they've built. And so part 3 takes place immediately after the end of part 2, where John Wick has broken the rules of the Assassin's Code by killing a man on the Continental Hotel grounds. So now he is excommunicado. There's a $14 million contract on his head. So of course, every assassin in New York City is gonna come after him. Now, first of all, Keanu Reeves, bravo, man, bravo. This guy, you know, he gets a lot of shit throughout his career for his acting, but I don't get it. I've always been a fan of his ever since he was a young kid in like Parenthood, Bill and Ted's, and over the decades, he's turned into a legit huge movie star. And, you know, in The Matrix, he obviously put in a lot of time to train and learn the Kung Fu moves, but quite honestly, you know, I gave him a lot of credit for putting in that time, but I just didn't feel he was that fluid in the actual finished product. But you know, I could tell that this guy really tried, and hey, kudos for that. But now in the John Wick franchise, dude, this guy is seriously legit. His moves, his judo, his jiu-jitsu, his gunplay, man, this guy is fully committed to learning a craft and the martial arts, and no question about it now, this guy can really kick some ass and look real doing it. His fight scenes in John Wick 3 are fucking amazing. The first knife fight, man, I was just blown away. I was like, holy shit, holy shit. You can hear the whole audience and they go, oh fuck, brah. That knife fight was just freaking crazy, and it just builds from there. So Keanu Reeves, you know, this guy, he just gets it. He's committed to his craft, which I love. And the guy is just John Wick, man. He is the boogeyman. In Chapter 3, Keanu Reeves is also supported by a great, amazing cast. First of all, Halle Berry. This chick just kicked some major ass, and you could tell that she went through the same kind of rigorous training that Keanu Reeves did, because she's pulling guns out all over the place. Like, she's been doing it for years. She looks super legit in her action scenes as well, her martial arts scenes, and her doggies haul. I've never seen dogs so violent, and I mean that in a good way. These dogs were just ripping balls, biting people's arms, and I don't know how they train these dogs to do that, but that was fucking awesome as well. I really wish she was in the movie more. She's not really in the movie all that much, but when she was in it, oh, she just had that presence. And her and Keanu Reeves, who are both over 50 years old, by the way, they're just kicking major ass. I'm like, dude, that is freaking awesome. And huge shout out to Mark Dacascos for playing a very charismatic and interesting counterpart to John Wick. In Chapter 2, they had Common, who I wasn't really a fan of. Common, I feel like, just seems to act with his eyes. He just has that kind of stare, and he thinks that's acting. I don't know. I hated Common in Chapter 2, but Chapter 3 is a huge upgrade with Mark Dacascos. This guy is a legit martial artist. He's done tons of martial arts films in the past, and he brought a lot of personality and character to his villain role, and I love that. I loved it when him and John Wick were going at it one-on-one, so that's a huge plus for this movie as well. Chapter 3 even has Mad Dog from The Raid. I was like, what? They got the Mad Dog in this movie? Oh man, this movie, it just kicks all kind of ass. I love Mad Dog. And you also got Ian McShane and Lawrence Fishburne and the guy who plays the concierge, all coming back from the previous films. They're all great. The one addition that I really maybe didn't care for was the lady who played the abjudicator, I think it's called, abjudicator. I don't know, I can't use a lot of hard words in this movie, but she kind of talked like Ross from Friends, where she had to enunciate everything very clearly.
You know, there's nothing wrong with speaking correctly.
Indeed, there isn't.
But yeah, she kind of bugged. Didn't really care for her. So like I was saying, the action in this movie is just non-stop. It's a thrill a minute, but there is a slower portion in the middle which maybe I didn't care for as much. It's this part where he goes into the desert, and it kind of reminded me of Wayne's World 2. If you watch Wayne's World 2, that movie kind of just really slows down once Wayne is going into the desert looking for a dude or a vision or what, I can't remember what it was. And John Wick is on a very similar character arc in this movie, and I just call it the Wayne's World 2 portion of the film, and it does slow down a little bit, and actually the events that happened during that portion turn out to be not so consequential in the overall sense of the film, so might have been able to do away with that, but I see how it builds up to the finale, but at the same time, maybe spend a little bit too much time on it. But other than that, not too many complaints about this movie. I had a really great time with it. And to be honest, I was having a pretty shitty day when I was watching John Wick 3. And when I saw it, and I came out of the theater, I felt great, I felt exhilarated, I felt excited, I felt happy. So you could call John Wick 3 Parabellum the feel-good movie of the year. So for me, John Wick 3 Parabellum gets a 9 out of 10. Thanks so much for watching my review. If you like it, please give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to my channel, MC on Film, for more reviews in the future.